Hi, Greenwich Country Day School. So, this mindfulness practice today is going to be both for parents and for high school students, and this could even be for some middle school students. And this one I call recentering. And so, what we're going to do on this one is we're going to start with me ringing the bell like we always do. And as we start to walk into our practice of breathing and bringing our bodies into a comfortable softening, we're going to also then engage with something that we think of often that makes us either nervous or scared. And we're going to walk alongside that. And as we walk alongside it, we're going to come back to our practice and recenter. And so that's just a really brief explanation of what we're going to do. So I invite you now to find a comfortable seat, bed, floor. And as is customary, we'll start with the ringing of the bell 3 times. And I invite you now to close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. If not, have a downward gaze, but try not to look around the room. And bringing your focus or your attention or your anchor to your breathing, we're going to work just on breathing in and out of our nose. And as we inhale and we exhale, also paying attention to our bellies expanding and contracting. And then as we settle into that, bringing our attention to pattern breathing. You don't have to take deep breaths or small breaths, just whatever is comfortable to you. And if it makes it easier for you, you can go ahead and put a hand or both hands on your belly. And stay with your pattern breathing. In through the nose and out through the nose. And moving your attention or your anchor or your intention from your breathing to your body and letting your body soften, letting your shoulders drop, letting your hips settle and your legs soften and heavy, and your hands drop. And come back to your breathing. And for a second, I'd like you to think about some thought or image or situation that made you uncomfortable. It doesn't have to be a really big fear. For students, it could be something regarding schoolwork, missing a Zoom call. Maybe you said something on Zoom that you wish you hadn't. For parents, it might be things around structuring the day. It might be around financial pieces or friends or family. But whatever that image is, whatever that thought is, I'd like you to just stay with it for a couple of breaths. And don't try to push it away, and don't run from it. But don't judge it either. And as you walk alongside it, I invite you now to be curious about it. What is it that upset you? What are the thoughts that you're having about it? What are the images, the sensations? And as you walk alongside it now, I'd like to ask you if you're still paying attention to your breathing. Are you still paying attention to your body? Does it still feel soft, or have you found tension in your shoulders again? Now I'd like you to bring your attention back to your breathing and to softening your body. Letting the body settle again, dropping the shoulders, letting the hands become heavy. Coming back to your pattern breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. As you engage in this practice, become very mindful and present of your breath and of your body. How does your breath feel as it enters your nose and exits your nose? Is your belly expanding and contracting? Has your body settled and softened? Now I'd like you to walk back to that thought, that worry thought, that fear, and again, be curious about it. I don't want you to blend with it or become it. I'd like you to walk alongside it and maybe even ask it some questions. Those questions are just for you. But when you ask, see if there's an answer. And really listen to that answer. And if there is no answer, that's okay too. And notice again whether or not your body has had the tension come back, walking with this worry thought. For some people, their body will not be as tense. They've enabled their body to stay softened and relaxed, and their breathing has stayed patterned. But for those of you who became or felt tension again, I want you to purposefully come back to your breathing and to your body again. In through the nose and out through the nose. Belly expanding and contracting. Arms heavy. Body softened. And as you stay with these last couple of breaths, Slowly opening your eyes, coming back, maybe wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Great job. So what's so interesting about that is this is what happens to us on a daily basis, is that we're going along and we're really focused on something, and then our minds will drift or wander into these worry thoughts that we're having. And again, that's okay, and that's normal. And we're not going to stop our brains from doing that wander. But what we can do is the practice we did today, which is purposefully coming back to an anchor like our breath or to our bodies, where we can control those thoughts and even begin to see our worry thoughts perhaps differently. Perhaps we can work with them and not run from them, and see if they can't guide us and help us in perhaps a different way. I hope you like that practice today. Stay healthy and stay safe. Bye.